Is using loops cheating? Well, the short answer is no, and I want to give you guys some reasons on why I think that, so let's just get into it. First things first, if you look at the history of rap music, it was kind of built off of sampling other genres, which is part of why I love rap so much, is because it's one genre that includes so many other genres. And if you look at how loops are being made today, they're kind of being made to replace samples, because using loops is a good way to get around like those royalty problems that using actual samples from other songs have. One of the main reasons why I really like using loops is because it helps expand my sound. So typically when I'm making my own melodies, it's like hard piano, pretty simple, like more trap kind of stuff. And I know people that make really beautiful like compositions with lots of chords and stuff, which is not what I make. So when I work with their loops, I make completely different sounding stuff than I would have made by myself, which is the biggest benefit to using loops, in my opinion, is really just expanding your sound. And another good thing about that is if you're using loops from somebody else, a lot of times they're gonna have a lot of sound banks that you might not have. So it's a good way to access those sounds that you don't have to pay for up front. So like, I know for a while I didn't have Omnisphere, but I was working with people who were making loops in Omnisphere. So I was getting kind of that industry sound without having to pay the $500 or whatever the Omnisphere cost, which I ended up buying and I think it's worth it, but besides the point. So not only are you benefiting by expanding your sound with these loops, but you got to remember there's also usually someone on the other end who's making these loops. And a lot of times people will get loops from Splice and stuff, which is cool and is always a good backup if you need like a specific sound or a specific type of loop. I would always go there. Pretty much if everything else fails. I really prefer getting my loops from people that I actually have relationships with and work with personally. One, just because it feels really good when you like sell a beat and you can send like one of your homies money. It just feels good. And another reason why I prefer working with the homies over like using something like Splice is because those sounds aren't available to everyone. I know like if I ask somebody for loops, they're not getting sent out to the whole wide world. So I know I'm not gonna hear those in every other song. There's songs like there's one song on Damn by Kendrick Lamar where I found the exact like vocal chop loop on Splice. You can run into those kinds of issues if you're using loops that are on these big sites and stuff, which is one of the reasons why I prefer to use loops from people that I work with. But at the same time, say like you're in the studio with an artist and he needs a guitar beat, but you have no idea how to play guitar, but one of your homies that lives in Ireland does, so he sent you a pack of guitar loops so you can sit down and make those beats right there. And one of the last reasons why I think using loops is such a good thing is because it just obviously like can double your efficiency, because you're not taking the time to make all these melodies. People will be like, oh, then you have to split it 50-50 if you sell it to somebody. And it's like, well, I never could have played this guitar like this dude did, so I'm more than happy to sell that beat and split the money with him, because that's a product I never could have created by myself. So I don't really understand the thought process on you like losing money if you sell a collab with somebody, because if you sell a beat for $250 normally and you only make $125 off of it, you have to keep in mind you still didn't take the time to make that melody, and at the same time it could be something that you don't even have the ability to make, or it's not in your resources due to like sound banks or stuff like that. So just keep those things in mind when you're thinking about using loops, because I know a lot of people talk about them negatively and sometimes they get a bad rap in the producer community. I think things are definitely starting to change as far as that goes, but there's still people that are kind of like, oh, if you use loops, you're cheating. If you don't make all your own melodies, you're cheating. And I just don't really understand that thought process. And I understand like if you want to make everything yourself, then do that, but don't criticize people for one, expanding their career and just networking with people, and then two, just trying to make the best product that they can make, because that's what they're trying to do at the end of the day. I wouldn't be using loops like if they sucked. Like if somebody sent me loops and they were bad, I just wouldn't use them. So at the end of the day, it's all about the music, and if something enables us to make better music, that's what we should do. So that's pretty much my opinion on it. I know I was kind of rambling and kind of all over the place, but if if you guys enjoyed it and you could hit that like and subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And I'm giving out a free loop kit down below, so just click that link down below. It'll take you guys there. And if you guys want to be on my email list, just either comment your email down below on the YouTube, or just hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. So thank you guys for watching. See you later.